Tiger News is investigating the impact of Uber, a ride-sharing app that's revolutionizing the way the world moves. But what is the true impact? By seamlessly connecting riders and drivers through their app, Uber claims to make cities more accessible through opening up more possibilities for riders and more business for drivers. After being founded in 2009, Uber claims to be improving the way the world travels by bringing people and their cities closer. But is this the truth?
Uber is a privately owned rideshare service that allows individual drivers and owners to become paid drivers for specific routes. A driver can register his or her vehicle, go online, and be contacted by riders within the area for rides at an approved cost. Uber was founded in March of 2009 by Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp. The initial startup began with just 3 cars in New York City. Fast forward 5 months, and San Francisco joins the Uber launch, and the company is generating millions in profits.
But what began in 2009 as a luxury car service is now valued at $3.76 billion and operates in more than 35 states in the US. And for good reason. Uber's revenue is up 18% month after month, and in the past year alone, they've grown from just 75 employees to more than 300. Next, the pros and cons of Uber will be further investigated. Here are some of the pros. Uber has been most successful in urban environments. In other areas, residents with poor access to mass transit are more likely to assume the fixed cost of car ownership. One benefit of Uber is that it reduces the need for a personal vehicle in urban environments.
Another benefit of Uber is that drivers can work as much or as little as they want, without a boss mandating quotas. Some drivers average up to $20 per hour.
Surely, Uber is not a flawless method of transportation. Here are some of the cons. Uber tends to cost more than a typical taxi ride at short to moderate distances. For example, a taxi ride from Clemson to Greenville, South Carolina would cost approximately $55. An Uber would range from $58 to $78. As distances increase, the price difference between the two becomes negligible. At short distances, the price difference is significant enough that a company in New York released an app called OpenStreetCab that tells a user which method of transportation to use, based on the distance traveled. The average speed in New York City has decreased by 9% over the past 4 years. Air pollution has also increased dramatically with more cars idling on the road. These effects may or may not be a direct impact of Uber, as problems with public transportation have also existed during this time. Uber's busiest times in New York City are almost always late at night, with some peak rates nearing 10,000 trips an hour, or over 150 requests a minute, between 9 p.m. and 12 a.m. Ultimately, congestion in New York is a function of 3 forces which are much greater than Uber: population growth, economic growth, and a public transit system which is encumbered under the weight of the current rideship. Uber's claims that it will reduce congestion through things like Uber Pool are not particularly convincing, but the public has embraced Uber because it makes it easier to get around the city.
Some people blame Uber for congestion, but Uber's data shows that the number of Ubers in New York City is actually much lower than that of yellow cabs. Between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on July 17th, there were an average of 1,904 Uber cars on the road. On the other hand, there were 13,400 taxis. The future of Uber is yet to be seen. With every new change, problems arise in various forms. By the numbers, Uber has been one of the biggest things to sweep the private sector of transportation, with countless benefits to match each problem. Who knows what will happen next?